today's news, BVI athletes dominate both on the local and international scene. Ciboney student places top 3 in regional exam. And Premier Fahie condemns violence of all kinds following BVI's second murder. We also see contract signed for construction of bathrooms at Bruce Bay. And also Bishop Ishmael Charles leads BVI Christian Council. And last but not least, the Caribbean response to Russia-Ukraine conflict. Of viewers, these stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
Well, welcome everyone. It's Monday, February 28th, 2022, the final day of the month of February. I'm Kamal Haynes coming to you live from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Well, a happy Monday to one and all, and thank you so much for joining us. Well, viewers, we start today's newscast with track and field excellence, where we see BVI Olympian swimmer Elena Phillip helped her Florida International University Panthers to their 8th straight Conference USA Swimming Championship, ending with 4 gold medals and 1 silver. Well, after collecting 3 gold medals prior to the final on Saturday, February 26, Phillip swam to her first and only silver medal of the tournament in the women's 100-yard freestyle event. Well, her time for that event was 26.42 seconds, a race which was won by Maddie Howe of Rice University in 25.67 seconds. Well, let's take a look at that race.
Wanting to keep an eye on here, this is the championship final of the 100-yard freestyle. Everyone with a good start. Kadiyama for Marshall in lane 9 had the best start, almost a 1/10 of a second quicker off the block compared to everybody else. However, she has fallen behind. Phillip leading the way after 50 yards, 23:45. Gertianfi in second place, Maddie Howe in third, Helga Fodor for FIU is in 4th, Becca Evans in 5th, 25 yards to go. Phillip with a very slight lead in lane 4 in the gold cap, plenty of challengers. Phillip won the 50 free earlier this week. Will she win the 100 free as well? No, she won't. Maddie Howe does it. 49.63 her winning time. A quarter of a second better than Phillip, who takes silver. Gertianfi third, 50-12, and Becca Evans.
Well, viewers, the final event of the championship was the women's 400-yard freestyle relay, which saw Phillip and her Panthers taking another gold medal to complete a clean sweep of gold medals in the relays. Well, her team, which consisted of Stephanie Hussey, Christy Chu, and Kelsey Campbell, swam to a gold with a time of 3 minutes, 17.52 seconds. Well, let's take a look at that relay.
FIU started the week by setting a meet record in a relay. That was the 200-yard medley relay. And now we'll see if they can close out the week with a record performance. Stephanie Hussey has the opening 100 yards for FIU. Shayna McLeod swimming for North Texas. Maddie Howe for Rice. Right now, though, it's Roberta Searcy for FAU with the lead. She goes out in 24 seconds. She's swimming for FAU in lane 3. These swimmers will come back for the final 25 yards and turn it over to the second legs. Gabrielle Ivy swimming for Marshall. Layla Webb, the leadoff for Old Dominion. First 100 yards complete. Maddie Howe finishes ahead of everyone else, 50.07, 3/100ths of a second better than Hussey from FIU. She finished with a 50.10 in her 100 yards. And now onto the second legs. Phillip is indeed swimming for FIU. She's even with Lauren McDougall of Rice. Those are the top two. In lane 3 at the top of your screen is Maggie Casey. London Ferris next to her for North Texas. Then it's Katayama in lane 7, Dunworth in lane 8 for Old Dominion. The top two have pulled away. It's been the top two teams all week, and they are battling for the final gold medal. FIU has a slight lead over Rice. Phillip leading McDougall, coming back for the halfway point of the 400-yard freestyle relay. The lead is officially 7/10 of a second. On to the third leg for each side. Christy Chu into the pool for FIU. Becca Evans swimming for Rice. Very even in the top two spots. Michaela Bernard for FAU. Brianna Vasquez for North Texas. Or Tamir for Marshall, and Summer Milnes swimming for Old Dominion. Chu takes the lead. It's still less than a second. FIU in front of Rice. Chu wants to go 6 for 6 in gold medals. It would be 3 individual golds and 3 golds on the relay teams. And FIU wants to win all 5 relay gold medals for the week if they can win another here. FIU has the lead, 1.3 seconds. Entering the final 100 yards, Kelsey Campbell looking to bring it home for the Panthers. Marta Cano-Manaro for Rice looking to change the top spot in this relay. Dolores Margany has the anchor for FAU. Alvina Walpole for North Texas. Regan Rains for Marshall. Tara Enneking, the local product for Old Dominion. Kelsey Campbell has moved FIU in front by 1.22 seconds. Here they come back to the wall. Campbell leading Cano-Manaro. Can FIU win the final gold after winning all of the relays up to this point? Yes, indeed. 3:17.52. It is not a meet record, but it is another gold medal for the Panthers.
Well, Phillips Florida International University Panthers won the championship by 133 points, finishing on 101,131.5 points, followed by Rice University in second with 998.5 points. While Marshall University placed a distant third with 600 points. Meanwhile, there were a number of other local athletes who also competed over the weekend and delivered superb performances. Well, this included Northwestern State's Diamante Brian Gums, who set a new national record after winning at the Southland Conference in the hammer throw event with a twirl of 19.57 meters. Well, his throw eclipsed Olympian Eldred Henry's weight throw national record of 19.56 meters. Well, his twin brother, Jimon Gums, was ninth with a twirl of 15.06 meters. Well, over at the Mountain West Conference, Utah State's Zamora Gia Malone shattered her 1.66 meter national record to tie for fourth with a leap of 1.72 meters. Meanwhile, Indiana University's Rickoy Brathwaite repeated as Big Ten Conference 60-meter champion, winning his race in 6.57 seconds. At the Chapel Hill All-Comers Invite Long Jump in Georgia, Adeja Hodge disturbed the stand with 5.90-meter jump to win that event. But over on the local scene at the 5th Dag Samuels Development Series, top-notch track club's Kaiba Dawson cut the stand with a jump of 7.58 meters to qualify for his second Carifta Games. But also qualifying for Carifta were Wanye Bell, who snatched the 400 and 200-meter sprint double with personal records of 48.48 seconds and 21.49 seconds respectively. In the under-20, Jaleel Kroll, he basically completed 10.41 seconds in the 100-meter. Kalia Libbard, she ran the 400-meter with a time of 54.76 seconds. Akisa Aristi in the 200 meter with 24.32 seconds, and Libert would have placed second in that race also with 24.65 seconds. And in the under 18, Jonathan Lynch in the 800 meters, he ran a time of 2 minutes, 3.26 seconds. Well, Dawson, Libert, Aristi, and Kroll also qualified for the World Junior Athletic Championships in Cali, Colombia, which is set for August this year. Well, viewers, moving on to some more good news, this time in the academics, where we would have seen 15-year-old, now grade 12 student, Gift Obanaya of Ciboney Center for Excellence, located in Virgin Gorda, was elated to hear the news that she ranked third in the Caribbean for her performance in the 2021 CSAC examinations for the subject of electronic document preparation and management. Obanaya completed 6 CSEC examinations for EDPM, English A, Information Technology, Mathematics, Principle of Business, and Social Studies. And she also achieved grade 1s in all subjects with distinctions in 4. She was also awarded a certificate in Business Studies. Obanaya's regional achievement was the only one noted for a student of the British Virgin Islands for 2021 examinations. Additionally, it is the first time in the last 5 years that the British Virgin Islands has had a student ranked in the top 5 for any subject. Well, our newsroom caught up with Vice Principal at Ciboney Center for Excellence, Daryl Flanders, and here is what he had to say about the student's success.
2021 was a year of first for Ciboney. We had our first graduating class, and this was also the first time that Ciboney took part in the CSEC examination period. We are very proud of all of our grade 11 and 12 students because they rose to the challenge of not only balancing their studies at Ciboney, but also preparing for CSEC, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. There were changes to the schedule, there were changes in the method for dissemination of the exams, but they again rose to the challenge, and we are very proud of them all. Of course, we want to give a huge congratulations to our Gift Obanaya, who at the time was 14 years old. And she was able to achieve grade 1s in all 6 subjects with distinctions, which is all A's, in 4 of the 6 subjects. So we are very, very proud of her accomplishment. And to find out, just by randomly stumbling upon it, to find out that she was ranked 3rd in the region for the EDPM examination was even greater news. And she herself was very excited when she got the call, and we are so proud because we realized that she was the only BVI student on that list for 2021, as well as in the last 5 years, she's the only BVI student to be in the top 5 for any subject. So this is a huge accomplishment and we're very proud. So we just want to say congratulations to Gift, and we encourage her to continue to work hard, to study hard, and we hope that our other students are just as inspired.
Our viewers, Deputy Premier and Minister for Education, Dr. the Honorable Nathaniel Wheatley, shared his wishes and congratulations. Well, he said, and I quote, "On behalf of the ministry responsible for education, I take this opportunity to congratulate Gift Obanaya for achieving the 3rd highest score in the region for the electronic document preparation and management in the 2021 CSEC exams. Well, this is indeed a fantastic achievement for Gift, her family, Ciboney, Virgin Gorda, and the entire Virgin Islands. I hope and pray that Gift will inspire others through her pursuit of excellence," end quote. Well, additionally, the principals and staff of Ciboney extended heartfelt congratulations to Obanaya on all of their grade 11 and 12 students who performed exceptionally well in the 2021 CSEC examinations. Overall, the 9 candidates achieved 17 grade 1s, 15 grade 2s, 16 grade 3s, and 1 grade 4. Well, this was the first year that Ciboney Center for Excellence has completed CSEC examinations. Obanaya and her fellow classmates were recognized in a special school ceremony held earlier this year. Well, viewers, up next, Premier Fahie condemns violence of all kinds following BVI's second murder, and contract signed for the construction of bathrooms at Brewers Bay. Well, these and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Live stream cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels, that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, officials of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force over the weekend identified the name of the victim of Thursday night shooting in Hunter's Gut as 30-year-old LeSean A. Smith. Smith of Horse Path, Tortola, was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital before 10 p.m. on Thursday, February 24th. Police said that initial inquiry suggests that Smith was outside his place of business, Big Ballers, in Hunter's Gut when the shooting occurred. Speaking on the incident, Commissioner of Police Mark Collins said all information on this homicide is important. Well, he said, and I quote, "Information as simple as whether the perpetrator or perpetrators were in a vehicle or on a scooter or the number of gunshots heard could be helpful as the team works to identify a suspect," end quote. Well, also commenting on the murder, which is the territory's second for the year, was Premier Andrew Foy. He sent a strong message across the BVI during last Friday's press conference, where he condemned all acts of violence in the territory.
I wish to begin by stating that I strongly condemn all forms of violence, and I sympathize with the family of the young man who lost his life to violence in the Hunter's Gut area last night. And I'm just coming back from a funeral, and so is the Honorable Minister of Transport of a young man whose life was also taken a few weeks ago through violence. But your government continues to work with the police, customs, immigration, the Attorney General's office, the DPP's office, and the other elements of the justice system to assist in them having the needed resources to protect the Virgin Islands.
But the Premier also said that the authorities cannot solve the problem of gun violence on their own. He said the solution requires citizens doing their part as well.
The solution starts at home, where each parent must play their part. And not just the parents, but if you are seeing things within your household or family or among extended family and friends that suggest that they are going down a wrong path, make an intervention and get them to stop before it is too late. We cannot continue to lose our future, which is our young people, through these means or any means at all. We cannot continue to lose anyone anymore to violence or any other senseless crime. This must stop. Each of us must play our part.
Well, viewers, Premier Fahie further said that the death of these young persons affect the future of the territory. He therefore called on persons with any information on the recent murders to provide that information to the relevant authorities to assist with the investigation process.
It is very important that we understand that every time these violence take place, a mother loses a child, a father loses a child, family loses a family member, but most of all, being that most of them are young and most being young men, the country is being robbed of future leaders and its future. So as responsible citizens, if you see something, say something, send the information to the police. Do it anonymously if you wish. Hold conflict resolution discussions with your family, with your friends, or even have them go to persons that you know will help with conflict resolution. If you turn a blind eye or help to cover up wrongdoing, you are not helping anyone. You are just making things worse. All Virgin Islands is a very peaceful and neighborly society, and let us do our part to keep it so.
Well, viewers, persons who were in that area at the time of the shooting or who may have information on a possible suspect are asked to contact the Major Crime Team at 368-5682 or the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. We at 284 Media and CCT once again extend our condolences to the family and the loved ones of the deceased. Well, viewers, up next, we head to the regional, a little bit of regional and international news where we see the Caribbean responding to the Russian-Ukraine conflict. When we get to that story when 284 News return.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and thank you for sticking with us. We move on to that international regional news where with the world fixated on the current situation between Russia and Ukraine. 284 News, Nia Douglas takes a look at how the Caribbean region and the BVI specifically has been impacted by this conflict. Take a look.
As the international community contemplates the impact of the current Russia-Ukraine conflict, leaders across the region, including our own premier, have responded to the crisis, noting its impact on their individual countries, seeking to evacuate nationals stationed overseas, and some even going so far as to contact President Putin himself. The Caribbean Community CARICOM has issued a statement strongly condemning the military attacks and invasion of Ukraine by the Russian Federation. CARICOM has also called the immediate and complete withdrawal of the military presence and cessation of any further actions that may intensify the current perilous situation in that country. The statement specifies that the recognition by the Russian Federation of the regions of Donetsk and Luhansk represents a violation of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. Meanwhile, in Jamaica specifically, the Jamaican government's Foreign Minister, Kamina Johnson-Smith, has confirmed this morning the safe arrival of 24 Jamaican students in Poland.
Good night, Jamaica, and good night, friends of Jamaica, all of you who have been following the journey of our students in Ukraine. Giving God thanks tonight that all 24 are now on the bus on their way to Krakow, where accommodations will be waiting for them. Our charge is there. Our friends of Jamaica have been of the greatest assistance, and they've had something warm, and they are in a comfortable bus on their way. So again, thank you for all your prayers so far. Keep them up, as we still have a little ways to go, but they are on their way, and we give thanks.
The minister has regularly updated the Jamaican public on the journey of the students and has affirmed that the government will fund all costs for the students' transportation and accommodation. Vincentian Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez has also made contact with Vincentian overseas students. the Prime Minister has confirmed that Chief Personnel Officer Arlene Regisford Sam has been in touch with 7 to 8 Vincentian students in Russia. He noted that there is reportedly no problem with them and expressed that Regisford Sam was advised to issue a statement to that effect.
You know, we have 7, 8 students at the moment in Russia, and she has gotten in touch with the person who is the point person, and everyone is in order. There's no problem with them, certainly not at the moment. But we have a link, a chain of communication, and I advise her to issue a statement to that regard so that the family's minds and other Vincentians' minds could be put at ease.
The Prime Minister added that he has written to Putin, but would not disclose the contents of the letter.
I'll give this information. I've written a letter to President Putin. I'm not disclosing the contents of the letter, at least not yet. I'm pretty sure that he probably would have received it by now. I just wanted to indicate that.
Meanwhile, from an economic standpoint, Prime Ministers Mia Mottley of Barbados and Gaston Brown of Antigua and Barbuda have addressed their respective nations, urging citizens to brace for the impact of the conflict locally. Prime Minister Mottley said at a recent press conference that disruptions in the global supply chain is to be expected.
This is a difficult time generally, and there's some who may wonder, well, what next? The truth is that the war that is broken out in Ukraine will have implications for the cost of fuel, will have implications for the cost of food, will have implications for the supply of food and for other things too, because we do not know to what extent the supply chain globally will be further disrupted.
Similarly, Prime Minister Gaston Brown of Antigua spoke to the specific effect on oil prices.
But again, we want this issue resolved as soon as possible, because if it is protracted, then you're going to see an increase in petroleum pricing. You're going to see an increase in food prices. Now, if petroleum prices continue to increase, then there may come a time when we cannot continue to hold the price at $12.50 or $12.25, whatever it is, for gas. And then in that case, there may have to be a pass-through at some point, because, again, the whole idea is to reduce the price at the pump. But if it gets to the stage in which the government consumption tax is totally wiped out and then it's gone into negative ground, then we may have to pass on the increase in pricing to consumers. Now, I believe within the last few days, petroleum prices were about $100 per barrel, and potentially it could get up to maybe about 120 within the next week or two, especially if this conflict continues.
Yes.
So here's the implication, which potentially, whereas we have been subsidizing the pricing and would have kept the pricing of petroleum products stable for the last few years, we could have a situation in which we have to be forced to increase, price at the pump.
The BVI's own Honorable Premier Andrew Foy also shared similar sentiments at a recent government press conference, coinciding with the overall governmental messaging throughout the region, urging individuals to brace for the economic impact.
Well, remember, we don't control the world's economy. So I saw an article just yesterday when a gentleman I have a lot of respect for, President Biden, said to the U.S. Citizens, basically, if I paraphrase it, buckle up. It's going to have some economic hardship coming on. Well, if he told the U.S. residents that, and the U.K. also obviously going to be instrumentally involved in other big countries where all of us, the Caribbean, and all of us have to get our import from, this is not going to be something that I or anybody could control here in the BVI.
Like CARICOM, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, which the BVI is an associate member of, has released a statement stating that the organization strongly condemns the ongoing military operations being conducted against Ukraine by the Russian Federation. Nia Douglas, 284 News.
So thank you, Nia. Viewers, following that great package by Nia, we would have seen government basically officially announcing a press release basically condemning that situation, and they say that they are monitoring that situation in Ukraine with Russia and Ukraine. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news update at 284media.com. Like us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Seamless streaming and and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT fiber network. CCT Fire, bring it home and upgrade today.